Gentlemen, we have the Indian captain with us, Mr. Virat Kohli. Request you all to kindly check your phones, please. Put it on silent and upon my cue, please. Sir?
But did you expect that you'll be able to wrap up?
Mic.
Did you expect that you will be able to wrap up so easily?
Honestly, we wanted to bowl first as well in the morning. But seeing how quickly they opted to bowl, we felt like, they're not necessarily wanting to chase a total down. And if we can get anything over 6.5 runs and over, whatever overs we play, we'll be able to create some pressure and, get wickets in the middle overs. But see, to be fair to them, when Duckworth Lewis comes into play and you're chasing a big total, you want to create momentum and then wickets can fall pretty quickly. If you play dot balls, then the game doesn't go anywhere. You try a few shots and you lose wickets. So that happens usually in shorter format games. It's not something that's happened for the first time. Teams do tend to try to attack and get out as well. So it's a pretty normal thing, but I would say a very clinical performance from our team.
Thank you, sir.
Virat, you have been part of some memorable wins against Pakistan, but today's, the manner in which it was recorded, will this go down as one of your most satisfying wins? Everything, I mean.
Yeah, looking at it being the start of the tournament, it's a big tournament. Every game in this tournament is big. So from that regard, we have a side in which a few youngsters have come in and are gradually getting towards strengthening their careers for India. So I think from the team's point of view, it's a massive win for us. Just the way we played and the confidence we showed throughout the game was something that was very pleasing to see as a captain. Even though we lost the toss, the guys were raring and ready to go, willing to take up the pressure, and then later on, the way UV batted, I think it was the game-changing innings, to be honest. And that gave all of us the confidence to, start striking the ball well. But initially, the openers gave us a good start as well. So, as I said, it's a clinical performance from us. From the team's point of view, yes, it is indeed a very big win.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Vasu.
Virat, now that the game's done and you've got the right result, can you talk to us a bit about how tricky the selection was for this game? Because you had plenty to choose from in all departments. How difficult was it to get to this combination? And a little bit more on Yuvraj's innings, please.
Well, the combination was something that we spoke about. We had named 12 yesterday, and then we decided in the morning that the surface is hard enough for the bowlers to keep hitting good hard lengths and use the bouncer every over as well to create a bit of pressure. And we decided to play an extra seamer against Pakistan purely because of the fact that becomes a wicket-taking option throughout the innings. If you hit your area as well, in a place like England, fast bowlers always come into play with wickets. Precisely only because of the opposition we went in with that combination. Speaking of UV's innings, later on after I got to 50, I wasn't able to freely play, and UV came in and just took all the pressure off me. And the way he batted was the way only he can strike the ball. Hitting low full tosses for 4s and 6s, even digging out Yorkers for 4s was outstanding. I think that really deflated the opposition. And that gave me a bit of time to settle in from the other end. When he got out, I took over. But I think his innings was the difference in the game.
Thanks. Sir?
Virat, a bit different question. Did you watch the Champions League final yesterday and your teammates and any inspiration from Ronaldo and his team? And
सर आप क्रिकेट के सवाल नहीं पूछते हैं मुझे क्यों नहीं मेरे को पता नहीं आप इतना अच्छा मैच जीते हैं आप कह रहे थे सबने देखा होगा चैंपियंस हमने भी देखा मज़ा आया देख के हम अपने मैच पे फोकस कर रहे थे बस
Thank you, sir. Bharat?
Yeah, there's not too many boxes this team seems to left without ticking before you came here. But the fact that Rohit spent a lot of time there, and him and Shikhar, even though the progress was a little slow by comparison what you expect these days, was that the most important thing you take away from this game? Of course, Yuvraj sitting was there, but so that last box that you take.
Yeah, opening partnership is something that's very important in England, allowing the kind of middle order we have to come in and capitalize. right from the beginning. I think the way Shikhar batted was really good to see. Rohit was taking a bit of time because understandably so, he's come back after so long to international cricket. IPL is different, but international runs are very different against a quality bowling attack as well. So great thing that he took his time, played a long innings. Shikhar really batted well from the other end. So from that regard, I think both of them starting well was the main factor for us last year as well, and last time as well, and this time as well. The same thing has happened. I think UV striking was something that was outstanding to see. He's done it in India, and now he's continuing it in England. So if he plays like that, the team is always in a good space because you can really rely on him to come in and just play a match-changing innings more often than not. And he'll end up doing it 3 out of 5 times. So that's why we back him at that spot. And Rohit and Shikhar have been regulars, but the way UV has come back and he scored in the last series and now taking the initiative in this game, it's been beautiful to see, and I wish him all the best.
Last ball, sir.
Virat, record attendance there, carnival atmosphere, and great occasion for the fans. A lot of the media in India wanted to boycott the match. Some of the government officials didn't want India to play against Pakistan. What do you feel about playing against Pakistan? Should those matches continue, and how do you feel about the opposition and playing against them?
See, this one's done and dusted. We've played the game. It's been completed fully. And as cricketers, those things are not in our hands, to be honest. We come here to play the sport, and that's all we focus on. It's not my place to speak of any other decisions. The higher officials who take care of these decisions. My opinion does not matter and should not matter. It's up to them what they decide going ahead. But regardless of who you play, you just want to play cricket. At the end of the day, for us, it's just playing the sport that we love. It's not preferences of opposition, and that's all I can say to this. I mean, you do enjoy playing against them. They're a very competitive side. The atmosphere is great. From that regard, as a cricketer, we really enjoyed this game. That's all I can say.
Thank you, sir.
Virat, a couple of things. Rohit's dismissal and your own innings, I think it was played in 2 different parts. The first part, as you yourself suggested, was probably not very comfortable. But then after that 6, you hit over that flat-batted 6. You seem to be more energized. Could you talk about that as well?
Yeah, Rohit's dismissal. The bat was, way past the line. It's just that it bounced, and these things happen on the field. There's nothing I can say more to that on that dismissal.
I mean, the decision to take.
As I said, the bat was way past the line, so he had made it. If you're trying to say it was my fault. Okay. My innings, I think I was pretty okay till 40. After that, seeing how shortened the game was, me and UV decided that we're going to take it on. He started striking it really well. I couldn't get it away. I think till 40, I was easy into the game, taking my 1s and 2s like I always do. I could not go for the big ones because it was tricky. We went off about 4 times, and we came back in. So, as a player who likes to play the long innings till the end and usually plays like that for the team, it becomes very difficult to find momentum every time you come back. And all you got to do is play yourself in again. When UV came in, we didn't go back out again. So, he started striking from ball 1. And as I said, that took pressure off me. And maybe I should have given him strike, playing correct cricketing shots. I was trying too many things at that stage for those 10-15 ball period. But when he got out, I just decided to stay still and, just back the strokes that I have. And a few connected, and that's what happens in the sport. Momentum comes your way, it goes away. But you got to stay patient, and when it comes back, you got to capitalize on it. So, I believe in myself. I can get 30 of 10 balls as well in the end. So, it was just showing a bit more composure. Maybe I should have just let UV take the initiative at that stage, not try to hit from the other end. But, when you're out there, you just want to get 15 extra for the team. It's a tricky situation. But glad I was able to see it through today and end on a high. Probably, ended up getting 15-20 more than we thought of, purely because of the way he batted. And then Hardik as well. It was unbelievable, the way he came out, and we switched in the end. They asked whether we should send Hardik ahead of MS, and everyone agreed because he just can strike the ball from ball 1 and unbelievable ability. So I think those 3 sixes and a boundary was probably a little bit of difference as well in the end.
Thank you. Last couple of Mr. Lele.
विराट टीम मैनेजमेंट एक आपके साथ प्लान बनाती है बोर्ड पे पे कि ऐसा होना चाहिए, ऐसा होना चाहिए, लेकिन इतना 100% जेरोक्स बहुत कम बार निकलता है. तो ऐसा जब होता है तो सेटिस्फैक्शन लेवल क्या होता है, क्या आप कहोगे?
काफ़ी अच्छा लगता है सर. जैसे मैंने बोला, फील्डिंग हमारी बिल्कुल अप टू स्टैंडर्ड नहीं थी. एक जडेजा का रनआउट ही है जो 6 में से 10 मैंने बोला, वो 6 पॉइंट वही लेके गया. बाकी हमारी फील्डिंग, आई थिंक अगर हमें इस टूर्नामेंट में अच्छा करना है तो वो एक बड़ा फैक्टर था लास्ट टाइम, और हमें फील्डिंग अच्छे से इम्प्रूव करनी होगी आगे के मैचेस में. बॉलिंग और बैटिंग आई थिंक 9 आउट ऑफ 10 100%. आई मीन जैसे हम ये गेम में आए, प्रेशर था सबके ऊपर, लेकिन वो अच्छा भी है. प्रेशर होना अच्छी बात है, आप ज़्यादा रिलैक्स नहीं हो सकते हैं फील्ड पे. और सबके लिए वो वर्क किया. बॉलर्स ने भी अच्छी बॉलिंग करी, बैट्समैन ने अच्छी बैटिंग करी. एक फील्डिंग एक एस्पेक्ट है जो हम और स्ट्रेंथन करना चाहेंगे आगे जाके. बट आई थिंक स्टार्ट ऑफ द टूर्नामेंट बहुत खुशी है कि ऐसी परफॉर्मेंस हुई. आगे होपफुली हम उसको कंटिन्यू कर सकें.
Thank you everyone.
थैंक यू.